like to welcome Dr. Tiffany Tyler, right here from Nevada Partners with the Workforce Development Program. Welcome, Dr. Tiffany. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate everything that we are experiencing and the ability to give out information about all the programs here at Nevada Partners. And I know this is one that affects a lot of people. So share with our audience exactly what is a Workforce Development Program.
At its heart, it's about putting Nevadans back to work.
Isn't it easy? It's just like that. It's just like that. But you help people have the mindset to want to learn to how to be responsible, be dependable, whatever traits and skills, to stay in the workforce once you help them to get it.
Yeah, we help the community develop a total package. So not only do we talk about the soft skills needed to get back into work in terms of attitude or disposition, we also give them a set of hard skills, because we're really about making sure that folks have the resources they need to take care of their families and themselves for the rest of their life after they've came through our doors. On any given day, that could mean providing some intensive case management or career counseling, or paying for occupational skills training or on-the-job training.
Okay. How does one get involved? How does one get involved with workforce development?
Well, there are a number of ways to get connected. We actually provide services in 18 locations throughout the community, including Job Connect offices here at our corporate office, as well as the One Stop Career Center. We provide outreach at schools to help students and their parents get back to work or connected to the support that they need. But we've also partnered with each of the major systems that impact families in our community, including the Department of Social Services, Juvenile Justice Services, Family Services.
So why aren't people talking about you? You're all over the place, and you've got so much to offer people in our community. What do we need to do?
Well, I think part of the challenge is that we just kind of put our nose to the grindstone most days here and get through the work. I think part of it is doing a better job of kind of talking through what those practical impacts each day. So that requires us to kind of lift our head up from the work, and we don't often make as much time as we should to do that.
To get that practical impact, to get out there and let people know this is who we are and this is what we can help you with, or this is what we can help you with in Southern Nevada. You want to go back to school, you want to be trained, you want a job, and you've got some soft skills that need to be worked on, maybe hair, makeup, attitude, your feet, whatever, and then you've got those hard skills where you really need to learn and know a trade.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that work has varied for us. I can tell you, once a recession hit, everyone seemed to be out of work, and who we had traditionally served shifted. So you had folks who had been in careers for several decades that were finding themselves at a place where they had to ask, well, what have I been doing, and who else will pay me to do that?
Exactly.
So helping them talk through some of the transferable skills. Then at one point we discovered that over 50% of recent graduates were unemployed. So talking through, so what do you take what you've learned in the classroom, and how does that add to the bottom line for local employers? What is that discussion? And then we've seen some evolution in terms of some of the sectors or areas of need for work. So increase in healthcare has been substantive, and as a part of that work, we've actually partnered with local institutions not only to establish a healthcare center, but to use it as a training site for individuals to really help folks get back into work that
and utilize skills maybe that they've already had, or develop some new skills that are valuable.
Yep, a little bit of both. So maybe you already have some effective communication skills or some interpersonal skills that you've developed, but the work is shifted in terms of the level of technology needed. Helping folks work through what those nuances are have been a critical part of our work.
So what is the answer? How are you getting out in the community and getting the word out?
Well, beyond partnering with all the systems that really impact our families, it's each day saying, there's some new ways that we can support. So traditionally, when we think about workforce development, we talk about the folks who are recently just become unemployed. But for us, workforce development is really about how we help folks get a career going.
And like you said about those recent graduates that they don't have a job. They don't know how to go to that next level. That they got the education, but what about the work experience?
Absolutely. And the notion of the lifelong learner. So maybe you've been doing that particular job for over 20 years now, but they've introduced that new computer.
And you can't do that job anymore.
Part of our work is not only to get folks into work, but to help them advance in it. So some of it is sharing that maybe you're already in work, but maybe you aren't in the kind of work that will pay you the wage that you want.
Right.
How can we support you to advance in employment?
Now, what do you do about the challenges that maybe they have a criminal record, or they've been short-termers, they can't keep a job for very long? How do you help that person?
Well, we've been doing this work for quite some time now, and as a result of it, we've been able to come up with some customized strategies for each of the challenges or populations that we see in the work. So in the case of ex-offenders, it's working to develop a cadre of employers that will look beyond that history and allow us to identify the transferable skills, as well as put some trust in the training that we're doing on the front end.
And put some trust in the person.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. In some instances, it's looking at how we create opportunities for the employers that they will buy into.
Okay.
So during this recession, we had a lot of folks wearing multiple hats. Now that we're growing out of that, talking about how they may use some of these populations that we typically shy away from to really create business growth. And we will even subsidize it. So we even pay for on-the-job training to get
So
folks
it's a benefit not only to the new employee that you're trying to help transition into the working market, but the employer.
Absolutely. Okay. Creating win-wins.
Okay. And on both instances, they can contact Workforce Development Program through our main number here on the main campus, and you can refer them to the 18 different locations. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, we're going to give that number. It's 702-924-2100. That's 702-924-2100. If you want to read a little bit more about the Workforce Development Program and Nevada Partners, go to their website at nevadapartners.org. It can be beneficial to you, a young person that you know, someone that may not have the skills that they should have. These programs will help develop them into very good employees. You as an employer, perhaps you need a position filled. Contact the Workforce Development Program and they will be able to help you out and perhaps subsidize you paying that new employee. Again, for more information, it's 702-924-2100 or go to nevadapartners.org. Thank you so much, Dr. Tiffany Tyler. We appreciate you. Workforce Development Programs, we're going to help Nevada Partners get the word out of how good this program is. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And we thank all of you for joining us, but you stay tuned because we'll be right back. The Lillian McMorris Show is brought to you in part by Louisiana Gumbo and More, located on West Charleston. The best gumbo, fried catfish, salads, and don't forget the po' boys. That's Louisiana Gumbo and More on West Charleston. Support the Richard Steele Foundation, giving Southern Nevada youth and families the strong foundation they need to thrive. A Steele Foundation. The Power Walk, fun family event that benefits Dress for Success, Saturday, July 26th at the Miracle Mile Shops. Registration is at 7:30 a.m. and the 1 mile walk starts at 8:30. It's time for the 6th annual White Linen Affair, sponsored by 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. It's going to be on Saturday, June the 28th at the Suncoast Hotel. Get your tickets right away. We sell out. Hello and welcome to the Lillian McMorris Show. We're so happy to be here and happy to have you watching us here on COX 96. It is our endeavor as a community-based show to highlight entertainers, authors, nonprofit organizations, people that are doing programs and events, and we'll talk about whatever you have as long as you let us know. Go to my website, LillianMcMorrisShow.com. In this particular segment, I've got a gentleman that we've been friends for many, many years. In a previous, company that I worked with, broadcasting company, he used to come in all the way from Los Angeles, actually Hollywood, and bring stars in and singers and what have you. So when I let him know that I'm on Cox Cable and we're going to do it again, he said, I want to come. So please welcome Mr. Estus Patterson.
Thank you. Thank you. Lillian, thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. My gosh, it's been how many, 20 years now?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
It really has. Yeah. And you've gone from, now you used to bring me, we're gonna go down memory lane here.
Okay.
You used to bring me the best, because you knew I love blues.
Yes.
The best blues singers.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of mixed it up a little bit, and now you're into the gospel world.
Gospel world, yes.
Okay.
But
So
the
let's
label
talk about
does
that.
both.
The label does both.
Yes.
Okay. But you recently introduced to the public a brand new piece of work.
Yes.
And I'm going to show it right here, and it's called Lift Jesus Up.
Lift Jesus Up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about this.
We put this together back the early part of last year. It took us quite a while to work on it because my arranger producer, he's out of Pennsylvania, so in the traffic and running him back and forward. And we just wanted to take our time. We would have finished in 2013, but it took us a while to do it. And that gentleman's name is Rusty Jackson.
And actually, Rusty's here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't want to come up and visit with us, but he is here with us. Thank you, Rusty.
He flew in for another project that we're doing to finish up on the 24th, which is Wednesday.
Okay.
Right.
Well, tell me about this one. How about this wonderful project?
Project.
How do you want people to feel when they hear it?
You know, it was a blessing that we anointed as well. I took my time and prayed about it, and God gave me the songs to put on this album. And if you want to taste and see just a little bit of it, you can go to our website.
Okay.
And the website is K-O-N-K-O-R-D.
Concord Records.
RECORDS.com.
Hasn't changed.
And just listen to
Right.
it.
Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, listen, what we're going to do is one of the top ones on here is You Are My Everything.
Right.
And so we're going to give a little tease and let the audience listen to it a little bit.
Okay.
So why don't we go ahead and do that right now?
Let's do it.
And then we'll come back and talk about it a little more, okay? That's absolutely wonderful. It's just like heartfelt. You can feel it. Even if you're not into, one would say, gospel music, it's still something within our gut that brings out that positiveness.
You like that?
I like that.
Yeah, that's great.
I like that.
That was written by Norman Hutchins. Yeah, he's a great writer and a great artist as well. And I covered that tune for him. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Let's talk about a couple others. What is your favorite?
My favorite is probably, I would say, cut 5.
5?
5.
Lift Up the Name of Jesus?
Lift Up the Name of Jesus. That's a very good cut. Brother Al Florence wrote that for me.
Okay.
And another special cut I have is Give Me Jesus. That song was dedicated to a young lady, my school classmate. She passed away from cancer.
God bless.
And her name was Geraldine Burton Payne.
Okay.
And she inspired me to sing that song.
Speaking of inspirations, what inspired you to do a gospel, it was not an album anymore, CD?
Well,
project.
My lifestyle changed a lot, when I became saved. And my first album was preparing the people for the albums coming.
Gotcha.
And you notice I changed my name on this.
Yes, it's Easy.
Easy. That's
Patterson.
still my name.
Right.
And I prayed about some things, and then I just talked to the Lord and said, Father, I want to minister to your people, to let them know how great and mighty you are. And that was my goal. If you notice, I put cut 10.
Let's see what I don't remember, so I have to look at it. Another miracle.
Another miracle.
Well, that's what we all have, another miracle. That's right.
When I was out there doing what I wanted to do.
I think there's a whole lot of people that can attest to that. Another miracle.
And I didn't really want to tell off on myself. But the Holy Spirit stepped in.
But sometimes you have to, because then you don't appear hypocritical.
Exactly.
Because that's where a lot of people go wrong, is you become so spiritual that you forget that we were once there.
He told me to put it on there because somebody out there
will listen to it.
And will listen to it and experience the same thing that you went through.
Now, other than on your website, concordrecords.com with a K,
Yes.
Where else can we get it?
You can get it at any of your favorite record shops. It's fully distributed.
Right.
It's distributed through Selecto Hits out of Memphis, Tennessee, and they have all of the networks covered. So
Okay.
if you want to listen, go to the site. If
Right.
you want to order, you can go online anywhere.
Okay. Got it.
iTunes, wherever.
And it's going to be playing on KCEP right here in Southern
Absolutely.
Nevada.
We are
That's
down here
right.
promoting as well.
Absolutely. We'll look forward to hearing cuts
Yes.
from Easy Patterson. Lift Jesus Up. This is Mr. Estus Patterson. And as he said, the miracle.
The miracle.
He is another miracle
Yes.
in the eyes of the Lord. We want to say thank you, and we
so welcome.
appreciate you coming down and visiting with us and sharing your product, and we wait to hear it on KCEP, and of course go to the website, concordrecords.com, and let's hear it from Mr. Estus Patterson.
And Lily, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much
You are very
for
welcome.
having me on, and I'm so delighted to see you again.
It is my pleasure.
Yes.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
We thank you so much for tuning in and watching us right here on the Lillian McMorris Show, and we want you to stay tuned because we'll be right back. The Lillian McMorris Show is produced by Tego and Associates Productions. Multi-camera shoots either in our studio or on location. That's Tego and Associates Productions. Give us a call at 702-509-7728. Your resource at HB. That is your resource at Hollywood Bound. We are growing by leaps and bounds, and we have office space, meeting space, production, technology, all of the things that you need for your office. If you need to rent an office for a day, a week, or a month, give me a call or email me. info@yourresourcehb.com. We will help you with a full service office. At this time, I'd like to just have a chit chat, a discussion with our president of Nevada Partners, who invited us to come, and we appreciate you more than you know. And this is Monica Ford. Welcome, Monica.
Well, hello again, and it's always so wonderful to be able to spend time with you and
Thank
have
you.
a little chit.
Have a little chit chat. That's right. Well, we had some good guests over the past few weeks.
Yes, this has been absolutely amazing. You know, just to have the resources in the community here on site for individuals to learn about different resources and services and programs that are happening.
Right.
That's what Nevada Partners is all about. We've been in existence for almost 22 years now.
Exactly. And we got a little history with the Congressman Steve Horsford came by. He came by on our first show, and I think he was like at Nevada Partners for 8 years and the Culinary Academy for 11 years.
Absolutely.
So we had all that history as part of the community, and he kind of gave us his blessing. I guess we're doing a good thing with Lillian. I don't know. We're just happy, you know.
Wonderful. You know, talking to individuals in the community and our students and just saying, oh, wow, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about these different programs or just different stuff. To bring it all together, this is, I mean, we can't ask for anything more. So I want to just add that you got to come back. You got to come back. You got to provide some more services here.
Thank you.
Because we absolutely love you. You know the community loves you.
Thank you.
And what you do for our community is just, we cannot top this.
Well, I just try to educate and make sure that people know what's going on. For instance, the mayor of North Las Vegas came by, very casual, I might add, but he said, Lillian, I couldn't miss it. His sleeves are all rolled up, you know, and that's okay. We had a great conversation, you know, and he filled us in on the growth of North Las Vegas, and I asked him about the financial challenges, and he seems to believe that it's going up. Everything's going to be okay.
Yes, and that's what the audience
That's what it wants to know.
That's what everyone wants to know. What's really going on?
Right.
How can we connect to people that often, you know, we may not be able to talk one-on-one with them.
Correct.
But we have you as that bridge to make sure that we get the information out there, so we appreciate you.
Thank you. We had a couple of medical that we talked about too.
Cohn.
Dr. Cohn was here, right? A free clinic for children. I mean, I knew, but I was like, who knew that if you have a child, you know, up to 18 years old, and if they're 18, if they're still in school, you can go to the free clinic.
Absolutely.
And absolutely get immunizations. They have a cold. They have whatever's wrong with them. Absolutely free.
And they do not turn
Anybody away.
anyone away.
And it's right in central Las Vegas. So that's why I keep telling people, I'm not about just West Las Vegas or North Las Vegas. We're about Southern Nevada.
Yeah.
We're about Nevada, actually,
That's right.
because the Free Children's Clinic is located on Almond Tree and Maryland Parkway, right in the center of town.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, you know.
We've also had some students that are part
Oh
of the
my
Culinary
God.
Academy.
What was her name? Carlita?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
after 20 plus years in the military,
Yes.
survived Afghanistan, but her vision
Passion.
and her passion was cooking.
Yes.
She wasn't even from here. She came from someplace else, and she asked around, and everyone told her to come here to the Culinary Academy of Las Vegas.
So we had the opportunity.
And she, I mean, she was so proud. She wore her hat.
Just wonderful representation of what we do here.
Georgie was good.
Yes, that was wonderful.
And then that was kind of representation of what, one of your programs.
Right.
The training, the multi-diversity, multilingual programs.
Yes.
Because he didn't speak English very well, but he was so happy.
Yeah.
He loved his classes. He got a job.
Yes, he did.
You know, and he was moving up. He said, now I'm going to take this class, and I can become this, and I'm going to take this class, and I can become,
Again, what this is about, career ladders, making ways and opportunities for individuals in our community, connecting the dots, putting the puzzle pieces together.
Putting the puzzle pieces together, that's what I say.
So that's what
right.
this is really about. I know we had the opportunity to have a couple of people off of my staff come
Oh
through.
my gosh,
So
yes.
I believe Julio was here.
Yes, he
one
was.
segment. He was able to talk about the housing and the down payment assistance program that we currently have.
I was amazed at the counseling program that he talked about, that you get one-on-one, if you're going to, you and your partner, you and your wife, children, whatever, want to buy a house, you come to one-on-one counseling. He said they get everything about you, including your blood type. I mean, it's
And you
like,
know what?
okay.
Because again, it really is about staying in the homes. So we need to make sure that we provide the adequate, or even more so, because we take it a step ahead of
And
what
give
the standard
up to
is.
$20,000 in down payment
$20,000
assistance.
Down payment assistance, and we have not, and I say it all the time, so we have not had one default, not one.
That's what he
Not
said.
one. Because
Wow.
of the education, because of the financial stability that we allow, you know, that we, some of the training and some of our workshops, that they're geared to focus on those things. So it's wonderful. It really
And I really enjoyed Jeremy.
Yes,
And he
from our
was,
youth department.
yes, and it was like, he really believes
Yes.
in our youth.
Yes.
And he believes that the programs at Nevada Partners, of which he's, you know, the head of, can make a difference in a young person's life.
Yes, just to see the difference. We have an ambassadors program. I'm not sure if he spoke about it, but it's so, I mean, I just get chills when I go in there and I listen to the youth and what they want to do and what they want to become. Some of the things that they talk about is the exposure, and that's what this show is doing. Well, I've never met a congressman, or I've never met a individual who does.
Okay, that's a good segue into, were you in here? And somebody walked up to Marilyn Mays, who's a local author. I mean, has worked years on completing her manifesto. And it's wonderful. And someone walked up to her and said, I've never met an author before.
I know. And that's what we're creating. You talk about the magic.
Yeah, that's
what
the
we're
magic.
creating. So
That's the magic.
individuals can say, oh, I've had the opportunity to meet this person or that person, or I've been exposed to this, or, you know, I have a question about how to get into
Alzheimer's.
this. Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's,
Yes, he was here.
He was.
And just
And I even learned some stuff about that, because honestly, and that's why I asked him the question, I thought that, you know, once you start the signs of Alzheimer's, that there was some, not a magic pill, obviously, but you could change your diet and it would help it not stop happening. And he says, no, you would have had to have a healthy diet your whole life, and it still could happen because there's no control over it.
I had the opportunity to talk to him as well, because personally, my father is going through it as we speak, you know, and it's so disheartening. You know what I mean? I had this prominent, strong father who did everything, was, you know, in politics and all kinds of stuff. And then to see him, you know, going down. So it was good. He was like, here, we're over all of Arizona as well.
Right.
That's where my father lives, in Arizona. So to be able to provide resources and things like that.
And then help you learn to deal with it too.
Yes. Our mission at Nevada Partners is to build a sustainable, healthy community. And you do that through education. You do that through employment. You do it through housing, getting people into housing. So all of those things funnel into one. It's really about holistic approach. Workforce development, let me get you the tools that you need to get back to work.
And the thing is 18 different locations that you have around the valley.
Yes.
So no one can say, well, I can't get there.
Yeah.
You got bus passes, number one.
And we provide them.
And you provide them. Number two, you got referrals from just about every agency in the county. So you go there and they will find a way to help you.
That's right. That's right. Even if, because a lot of people come in and they're like, well, I just don't have any interest anymore. I did this for X amount of years. I don't know what I want to do. So to be able to take some of those tests, to look through, okay, well, let's analyze this. What do you really like to do? Don't talk about if it had anything to do with money, if it had anything. What do you like to do?
What do you like to do? We'll help you. We'll help you get to that.
Transfer some of those skill sets into an actual viable employment and career. Because we're not about just getting jobs.
That's what we're going to do.
About establishing careers here.
Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to help Southern Nevada become more educated, informed, and entertained right here on the Lillian McMorris Show. It is our goal to be a benefactor to our community as far as education about events and programs that will help everyone, regardless of your age, succeed. And we thank you for the partnership with Nevada Partners. We thank you.
And we thank you.
And you know what? We're going to be back here and do more live shows right here at Nevada Partners. To find out more about what the Lillian McMorris Show is about, what I'm about, go to my website. That's LillianMcMorrisShow.com. You can always give me a call at 888-812-5455. We're here to make a difference. I'm Lillian McMorris, and we'll talk to you next time.